don't agree with that. And I think it's very unfortunate. And I am rather worried about what's going to happen in the next 4 years, to be honest. President Trump, I've heard him say twice, climate change is the biggest hoax in human history. And I've heard him boasting about how he's going to open up preserves for hunting and logging. For me, this is very worrying because it's destroying things that I fought for in the United States, where we had the first Jane Goodall Institute office. And, you know, the US has supported a lot of the work. It was an American philanthropist who gave me the money to start the chimp study when everybody laughed at me back in 1960. And then the National Geographic Society in America supported the work for the next, 6, 7 years. What I want to do is to travel around and talk with the people who voted for him and, you know, try and reach the hearts of people and try and help people understand why it's important to help the environment. And there are many rural parts in America where people are suffering from poverty and they're angry because, you know, they can't get good jobs. An important thing is to take a message to them and tell them why it's important you get involved with protecting your environment and take some of our tools for conservation science to these rural areas to help them start building up their own economies, just like we do in Africa. And I was talking to the CEO of one big multinational company in Singapore. And he said, Jane, I promise you, for the last 8 years, I have really been working to get my business more sustainable. And he said there were 3 reasons. One, I see the writing on the wall that we're using up natural resources in some places faster than nature can replenish them. 2, consumer pressure. People are beginning to ask questions. Where was this made? Did it harm the environment? Was it cruel to animals like intensive farming, which also harms the environment? Is it cheap because of unfair wages? But he said, what tipped the balance for me was my little girl. She came home from school one day. She was 8 years old. She said, Daddy, they tell me that what you're doing is hurting the planet. That's not true, is it, Daddy? Because it's my planet. That reached the heart. And that's my method. You know, when I'm talking to somebody who's maybe a climate change denier, it's no good arguing with them because they don't want to listen. Their mind is made up. You have to find a story to reach the heart. And you may not know at the time, but they may go away and just their heart's been touched. It may start them thinking, well, maybe I should do things differently. At least it's worth trying.